local government, yes, we need functional and substantial LC1 and LC2s. However, we accept that we need these elections, but with the level at which Ugandans are frustrated, as DF, we are frustrated with these whole processes. We are frustrated with the electoral business. And what I see now is going to be by lining up. And lining up, of course, goes against the principle of secrecy. What you are trying to do is to mess up society. By asking all of us to line behind candidates is to deny people an opportunity to select whom they love and a genuine leader. So the Electoral Commission does not have the capacity, in my understanding, does not have what it takes to deliver a free and fair election in the LC1, LC2 and women councils. I do not expect a good outcome. And it's unfortunate that we are entering this election also just from this major one without going through a due process. The presidential petitions are still on. Many other constitutional petitions are still on. And so we are rushing into an election without organizing ourselves. I think what we needed first is to organize the way elections should be conducted, and without having to rush it. I don't know why government is in rush and yet have been postponing it. I believe that the LC1 and LC2 elections are leaders of the people. They are leaders who must confront the challenges in their villages, in their places. And so we cannot afford to elect people who don't have the capacity to represent or even to deliver this mandate. LC1 election is more of an administrative position, and therefore we need to take it with seriously, with respect. And so to try and hurry this process, to try and do it in a crooked way, will give us leaders of lower stature, leaders who are not going to give us what we need to be done in this community. And so as DF, of course, we are preparing for these elections. We will field candidates. However, as you may be aware, we do not trust in this process. We do not trust that it's going to be a fair process. If what has happened before is going to happen even in this one, we need to have a honest review. And while it is true we want to participate, but we are championing reforms, electoral reforms, and to go into another election without these reforms is unfortunate. And so for us, by and large, we want a credible democratic process, but we also cannot leave an opportunity for us to participate in this election because the Electoral Commission cannot deliver its mandate. So for us, our role is to sensitize, like we are doing now on these platforms, is to ask questions that can we as a people be clear and sure about the democratic process, about the processes with which we want to select our leaders. And so to disenfranchise Ugandans, again, another time, is unacceptable. And so Electoral Commission must clean up its house. Electoral Commission must do whatever it takes to prove to Ugandans. And I can tell you, from my own research, there's going to be lower voter turnout because of the frustration with which Ugandans are in. As you may be aware, the frustration is not just about the polling day alone, but it's about the processes leading to the election. We only have about 3 weeks now to engage in this election, and due processes have not been followed. The Electoral Commission has not called stakeholders like political parties like ourselves. We have not been engaged to have a conversation around the LC2, LC1 election. The guidelines are not yet clear, and so we are heading into an election, no guidelines, no stakeholder engagement. And so what are we doing? What are we doing as a country? We must engage stakeholders. We must be able to challenge the processes and ask Electoral Commission to give us a renewed mandate, to give us an assurance that these elections will not be as they have been before. Otherwise, to continue this way is unfortunate, and I hope soon the neck of DF will sit. If we see that it is not necessary to waste our time, we may not even participate in this LC1, LC2 elections, because it is already appearing to be a sham. Yet actually it's a very important election because it's at grassroots level. We need grassroots structures. We need local leaders, but we need a process which we can guarantee that if we participate in, the outcome can be fair, free and fair. Otherwise, as it appears now, it advantages a few people. It advantages the ruling system. it advantages the NRM because these structures are largely interest group structures, and the ruling government is interested in them. And so how do you therefore ensure that there is freedom, there is free and fair LC1 and LC2 election? So our comments is that we are disappointed. We need a framework, a proper framework, legal policy and institutional framework to conduct these elections. We need a clear framework. As of now, there is no clear framework to do the same. And so to rush and again waste taxpayers' money, about 59 billion has been allocated for the same. Again, to waste that kind of money in a sham process is unfortunate. And we are doing a disservice to Ugandans, by the way. And so we believe that Ugandans must be offered a chance, and this is their chance to choose their leaders. They must be given a real opportunity. But under the current circumstances, we cannot proceed with an election which is this way. And so we see what the next steps are.